Good morning. My name is Jacqueline McGowan, and I'm the Compliance Specialist for the Office of School Nutrition at the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction. I want to welcome you to the verification webinar, which is an in-depth look at the federal requirements to conduct a successful verification process from beginning to end. Verification season will be starting very soon, specifically on Monday, October the 2nd. This webinar is designed for the person conducting the verification process. While we hope it is beneficial to all participants, we truly hope that the individual responsible for verification activities in the SFA is listening in to gain understanding and clarity on the process. Please remember that all dates in this webinar are subject to change, and if they are changed, we will notify you as quickly as possible. The notification will be done through blast email or the SN update, so make sure you are receiving the updates and review them when you receive them. Some learning objectives for this session are as follows. We'll talk about key terms. We'll define verification. We'll look at the important dates for this school year, initial verification, application selection procedures. We'll also talk about how to qualify to use an alternate sample size, how to lower your non-response rate or improve your non-response rate, the notification of use of alternate sample sizes. We'll talk about confirmation reviews, contacting the household. Then we'll follow up with collateral contacts and utilizing agency records. We'll also talk about households that reapply for program benefits, how to keep up with our records. We'll discuss verification for calls, and we'll wrap up with common misunderstandings. So for some key terms, the first key term is direct verification. Direct verification is using records from public agencies to verify income and/or program participation. The state agency offers this as a part of the DCV module. The individual who has access to DC would also be able to do direct verification. So what you would do is log into the technology system, go under the applications the applications tab, and then scroll all the way down to the bottom and you'll see the direct certification option. Other key terms, error prone, which are applications that are within $100 per month of the applicable income eligibility guidelines. For example, if we are looking at the income eligibility guideline for the 2023-2024 household of four, if we look on the monthly income, it says $3,250. So we would look any application that falls within $100 of $3,250 for the monthly income for a household of four would be considered error prone. For the free benefit, in any household income that falls within $100 of $46.25 for the reduced benefit would be marked error prone. Just recognize that a statistically valid random sample is not required. The SFA must determine a selection interval by dividing the number of applications by the required sample size. So that's what we consider to be random sampling. This is not a statistic valid random sample. It's just a random sample, period. Additional key terms, the sample pool is the total number of free and reduced applications approved as of October 2nd. And then the sample size is the number of applications that are subject to verification based off your verification method. So what is verification? Verification is a federal requirement in 7 CFR 245.6a. It is the confirmation of eligibility for free and reduced price meals under the National School Lunch Program and the School Breakfast Program. Please note that we state it is for free and reduced price meals, so verification is not for applications that have been denied. Verification is only required when eligibility is determined through the application process, not when you're looking at DC applications or applications that were determined to be DC. For detailed information on verification, please refer to the Eligibility Manual for School Meals that's dated July 2017. You're going to look at Section 6, pages 96 through 115. A lot of this information has been pulled from the Eligibility Manual. particularly the things that you need to be mindful of as you go through the verification process. So make sure you have a copy of the manual on your computer or your laptop, or print a copy to reference as you go through the verification process. And you can find, if you do not have it, the manual at the link that's listed on this page. So what must verification include? Verification must include either confirmation of income eligibility or confirmation that the child or any member of the household is receiving assistance under food and nutrition services, food distribution program on Indian reservations, which is FDPIR, or workforce cash assistance, formerly known as TANF, or temporary assistance for needy families, or workforce, or that a child is other source categorically eligible, which means they're homeless, migrant, runaway, foster, or federally funded Even Start and Head Start programs. So verification must include one of these items. When is verification not required? According to 7 CFR 245.6AC2, verification is not required for children who have been certified in the DC system. They are not required for children documented as eligible migrant, runaway, homeless children, foster children, and children enrolled in federally funded Head Start. They're not required for children in RCCIs except for applications that are received for day students at the institution. They're not required, verification is not required for schools where FNS has approved special cash assistance claims based on economic statistics regarding per capita income, such as in Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. And verification is not required for special milk program sponsors. Also, verification is not required in schools with non-pricing programs, which claim only the paid rate of reimbursement, where all children are served with no separate charge for food service and no special cash assistance is claimed. Verification is not required in LEAs where all schools participate in CEP or in provisions 1, 2, 3, except in the base year in provision 1, 2, or 3, in which applications are taken for all children in attendance, and verification is not required for other FNS determined exemptions on a case-by-case basis. So let's look at the dates for verification for the 23-24 school year. Again, verification begins on Monday, October the 2nd, and the reason it starts on the 2nd is because October the 1st is a weekend, or it is a Sunday, so we start on the next business day, which is October 2nd. Verification ends on November the 15th, which is a Wednesday. On Friday, November the 17th, you will receive a survey, and the verification summary report is open to all SFAs to report your verification process. The verification summary report will close on Friday, December the 8th. Thursday, February the 15th, 2024 is the date to end the report for those who responded after verification, and then your reporting will be done on Monday, February the 19th, 2024. So let's go back over these dates a little bit more specifically, since this is going to be, you'll hear as we get closer to the end, some of the common findings is that the dates were not done correctly. Again, this year, October 1st is on a Sunday, so we are looking at the number of applications on file as of Monday, October the 2nd. Remember, the confirmation process must take place before notification letters are distributed to the household, and we will discuss in detail what confirmation means to all SFAs in North Carolina. So again, verification starts on Monday, October the 2nd. When does verification end? The verification process ends on Wednesday, November the 15th, so the process should end on that day. Remember, the reporting is still not complete. If the SFA sees that the deadline cannot be met, a written request must be made to the state agency before the November 15th deadline. If not, then a corrective action plan will be required. USDA only allows the deadline extension to be 30 days for state agency approval. Anything beyond that date must be approved by the Southeast Regional Office. Two things will happen on Friday, November the 17th. A brief online survey will be sent to only determine if the verification process has been completed. And also that is the date that the verification report is open to all SFAs. Since the process is so fresh in your minds at that time, the state agency encourages completion of this report immediately after the closing deadline. Friday, December the 8th, 2023 is the closing date for the online verification report in our school nutrition technology system. So as you can see, verification begins on the 2nd, it ends on the 15th, you start the report on the 17th, and then the report closes in the technology system on the 8th. Now, even though the 8th is when the report closes, we still have some reporting to do as far as it relates to verification. You will continue to collect data for households who apply, who did not respond before November 15th, but they elected to reapply between November the 16th and February 15th. It is imperative that SFAs maintain tracking of all households that did not respond on November 15th but reapply by February the 15th. Reporting of this data is required by USDA, and we will announce the collection method closer to the reporting deadline, and that will be provided in the ESSEN update. For verification for the 23-24 school year, verification opens Monday, October the 2nd. It closes Wednesday, November the 15th. You will be able to complete the survey that indicates that you did verification, and also you can report the results of verification as of on November the 17th. The verification report closes on December the 8th, and then you will continue to collect data for households that applied after November, that responded, after November the 15th. You report that on February the 15th, and then there will also be a survey available to report that information on the 19th. So let me back up it one more time. You will report households that reapply from November the 16th to February the 15th, and that survey will be provided on February the 19th, and you will give us that information.